Welcome everyone to another video. Today we're going to be talking about how to minimalize your business. And what I've seen is the most simplistic business models out there are able to pretty much scale without breaking the systems. So if you guys like this stuff and these videos, like, subscribe below, hit the notification button so you guys can get notifications whenever I go back and go on live. And also, I want to share, because when I'm thinking about like these business models, okay, think about this. If you have a business model that's so complex, it's just like building a funnel. And if you guys don't know what a funnel is, it goes from a page, like a website page, a landing page, like you'll click on a link anywhere, it hits that landing page, right, where you land on. And then it takes you through this checkout process that eventually gets your customers to a sale. So you're funneling your customer through this sale. So it's just like a funnel, okay? The more complex, the more buttons, the more systems, and there's always going to be, like, if you create something brand new, there's always going to be a whole nother web of things that just complicates this whole equation. That's the same thing with business, okay? When you create something so complicated and so complex, one, it's going to be harder for your customers to drive through that sales process. Two, they're just going to be all over the place. They're going to be getting hit by different angles that they're just going to feel kind of overwhelmed, right? So I like to make it so simple to the point where you just qualify your ideal clients, your customers, and you get them through this whole process. And this is the systems that we're going to be talking about right here, right now, when it comes down to building a business that you can eventually just scale up. Because what takes you to 6 figures might not be the same thing that gets you to 7 figures. But if you have the same processes and systems that you can kind of lean in, and all you got to do is just have more people working behind your company, right? Hiring more people, allocating time correctly, that is what's going to get you, but still having the same kind of systems, right? There might be some things that you might want to automate and kind of like plug in. But other than that, I think the rest is, as long as, hey, you can get a sale or you can get a lead and then you can drive the sale and then you can give them a good offer, which is like almost irresistible, that it actually helps them with whatever they're doing and it drives results based on them paying you, you're going to have a great long-lasting company that's going to be big, and you can have such a small team to be able to deliver these at a higher rate, and your profit margins are so much higher doing this. And that's why I decided to go more into like the consulting area and helping between both my agency and my education company. Right now, it's such a hot trend, but I think if you help more people get what they want, obviously, you can have everything you want. And it's not even just helping people at that education company scale. Like, I know I have a product that can help people drive them results. Also, I know I have a product that can help people as far as like the agency side. I have a service that can help any type of company that just plugs in our advertising agency, and we can build out a whole bunch of things that they need in order for them to get to that next level. And I'm very confident in that, and that's how you guys should be. So these are the 3 things you guys need to focus on to really minimize your business model. It's not going to be any fancy type of logo, any fancy website. Like, we were able to crush out 5-figure months without a website, okay? A lot of it just has to be in dialing in your marketing. How are you actually getting leads every single day? How are you getting new people in your pipeline, or at least within your circle, to actually see and know who you are? Number 2 is, how are you funneling these people through a sales process and converting them and converting qualified leads at a higher level, right? And then the last thing is, after you sell them, is your offer good enough for them to convert? That's pretty much the bread and butter of running any type of service-based business. How are you getting leads? How are you taking them through a sales process? And then the last thing is, how are you getting your offer in front of them, but also, is your offer, once it gets into their hand, is it good enough for them to be like, oh, this was worth it already in the first, my first week of it being within this type of service, or getting into your offer, whether it's like a paid mentorship or a consulting deal. If they already get their value up front, they're like, yo, this is a no-brainer. Like, thank you so much. And then they're going to recommend you more people. You have a customer for a lifetime. And if you start to increase and build up a value ladder with higher tier products, people are going to just be driving into your circle and they're going to become raving fans, okay? So all I'm really doing, guys, is my whole goal is to scale more, work less, but make more profit. And is that doable? Yeah. I believe that I can work a good 5 to 6 hours on the things that move the needle in my business. I've done it so many times, like long enough to the point where I'm like, okay, this makes sense. I know how to do this. I'm gonna be focusing on this, and nothing else matters. Okay, there's this book called The One Thing. And Gary Keller, he says, what is the one thing that I do today that if I do it, everything else is pretty much irrelevant. Everything else just kind of becomes off grid. Like, I don't even need to do it. But if I do this one thing, and what is that one thing? For me, I don't even know, to be honest. I really don't know my one thing. Obviously, but I know a couple of things, which is what I keep talking about, like how am I driving in new leads? What am I spending on traffic, and how are my ads performing? And then how are we actually getting these leads onto booking calls and getting them into our sales process? Like, how are they getting onto a checkout page to finally convert, take out a card or whatever, get them paid out, and getting them into our last thing, which is our offer. And then how am I dialing in to make sure that my offer is congruent? My offer is out there to the point where it's almost evergreen, right? There's going to be things that I'm going to have to record just so it can be up to date. But other than that, the offer should be like, oh my gosh, when you walk in, you actually come into my paid stuff, it's all worth it. So those are the things that I want to share. The whole goal of what I kind of built is, okay, now I got to focus on getting more staff, because that's the only way I'm going to get there. I can only work into a certain capacity until my system of, not even my systems, but me, right? It starts to break. Like, I'm only trying to work a handful of hours a day, but still trying to get to that next level, trying to get to that next goal. So focus on those three things, guys. If you guys have any questions, obviously right now at this point, I'm doing free calls, strategy sessions for anyone that is a coach, a consultant, a course creator, someone that's a service provider. So if you're a service provider as well, we can help you. We can get you guys to that next level. I can kind of help you dial in your processes, see where your processes are at, and then see how we can scale that, take it to the next level. So go ahead, click the link below, book a call with either me or someone from the team, and hey, we look forward to touching base. I hope you guys got something from this. This is how we're going to be able to minimize our business by just focusing on these three things. Everything else becomes irrelevant. It's more of just like branding and touching up on the brand and getting out there. But right now, these are the three things that we're focusing on to become minimalistic in our business, so then everything else that's moving, that's all the ideas and the way that I want to innovate, that will have to be like when I have more time, or like as far as like more intentional time, right? But on a day-to-day basis, these are the things that are moving the needle forward, dialing it in, making our customers happy, our current customers and clients happy, and then also generating new customers and clients in our business. Hope you guys had a great one, or are having a good day, and have a great rest of your guys' week, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.